Though 2022 had a rough start, the mutable signs such as Sagittarius definitely get the better end of the stick. Though there may still be some leftover challenges from the double Venus and Mercury retrograde that unfolded in the previous month, since Jupiter, your ruling planet, is transiting through your 4th house, your home will be a safe space to run to when things get a little weird. And that's not to say that February will be quite as strange as January was, but before we get to the good part of 2022, there's some house cleaning we have to do. We start the month on a good note with Mercury stationing retrograde in your 2nd house, putting an end to its retrograde cycle. This transit is rather welcome since Mercury is the planet of business. Having its retrograde in the 2nd house of finances and resources might have made for some setbacks in regards to your earnings in the previous month. While things might still be a bit rocky, this is the beginning of an upward trend. This station starts right on the 3rd of the month, so it would be good to make use of Mercury's business savvy to make budget plans and some minor readjustments as we move forward into the year. On that same day, you'll also have both Saturn and the Sun conjoining in your 3rd house of communication, friends, siblings, and day-to-day life. This could be yet another favorable transit, especially for those of you who were born during the day. It earns the attention of notorious people, and since this is a house associated with friendships, it could even be that you become friends with someone with a high degree of authority. Conversely, this can also be a sign that a close friend or a sibling becomes famous in some sense. For those of you born at night, this can be slightly more challenging, as the person who consequently becomes victorious might distance themselves from you a little. If that's the case, don't try to force closeness, or they may get the wrong idea. Retracting to the 2nd house themes, on the 15th, both Venus and Mars will conjoin and will continue to do so all throughout the rest of the month until, at the very end, they also join Pluto in triple conjunction. This transit is quite essential, especially if you were born during the day and are 25, 37, 49 or 61. It could be that the Mercury station brought some benefits and caused you to grow a little overconfident. It would be wise to avoid overspending, as Venus' love for shiny things and Mars' impulsivity could make for some reckless expenses intensified by Pluto. If you were born at night and fit the ages listed above, this could actually turn out to be much more positive. Instead of expenses, this could trigger surprising gain, as your 2nd house is quite a positive place for Mars to be located at. Either way, even if there is gain, it's best not to spend it all in one go. The day after these two planets first conjoin, we have our full moon of the month happening in your 9th house. This is the house of faith, travel and higher education. This transit is especially relevant for those of you who are still students. It may point to a time of intense study, especially considering the opposition between Saturn and this lunation. Even if you are still not in school, this is not the lunation to laze around. You will likely feel highly thoughtful and curious. Use this time to do some exploration and deep learning. It would even be beneficial to make plans for the future, especially those involving travel. The month comes to a close with a square between Mercury and Uranus happening in your 3rd and 6th house. This transit can be somewhat unpredictable, and the involvement of the 6th house could represent possible unexpected health imbalances, especially those targeting the areas of the body associated with communication. It would be wise to give your voice a rest and use this transit to instigate change internally rather than externally. It happens on the 24th of the month, so mark it on your calendar already. This transit is especially important if public speaking or teaching is part of your career. On a positive note, however, these two planets are incredibly generative together. Especially since it involves the 3rd house of communications and publications, this day would be excellent for writers. With that said, get your pen and paper ready and let those ideas flow. Even if all you're writing is a journal entry, you could get some rather interesting results out of it. If you couldn't tell, February is quite the mixed bag. This month is here to teach us that we have to take the good with the bad, but if we're smart about how we handle our situation, the room for advancement is definitely there. Good luck. Thank you so much for watching. Please give us a thumb up if you liked the video. Subscribe our YouTube channel not to miss the next video horoscope. Visit our website GoToHoroscope.com where you can find actual horoscope for today. Download our apps from Google Play and App Store to have your daily horoscope always on hand.